been able to catch some of the political stuff that's been on TV recently, and it's one of those things that makes me cringe. It's somebody putting down another person and exalting themselves, and I'm not so ignorant as to not understand that that's how the political theater works. But what makes me cringe even more than that is when I see Christians espousing a very similar kind of attitude towards other people. In fact, there is a biblical term for that. It's called selfish ambition. It is self over others kind of attitude. It is self-interest, or it is looking out for your own interest above the interest of others. Because after all, I'm the only one that matters. My rights and my perspective is the ones that trumps everybody else. Not when you have the mind of Christ, though. Look what Paul wrote in Philippians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let nothing be done through selfish ambition or conceit, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem others better than himself. Let each of you look out not only for his own interest, but also for the interest of others. And if you keep reading, you'll see that Jesus is our supreme example of this. As God, he did not cling to his rights and his privileges. You know, we love our rights and our privileges. He gave up heaven, the one place we want to be. He went from creator to emptying himself and taking on the form of his creation. Not just being a man, but being a human servant. He went from this majestic glory and being worshipped as God, the highest unimaginable position, to the humiliation and the torture and the suffering of being executed as a common criminal. The lowest unimaginable position that there is. That's how far Jesus went for your best interests. He went further than any of us can ever possibly go. And so how does our mindset even compare? And what are some of the things that we could be doing to try to develop his mindset in ourselves? We need to be less focused on ourselves. Jesus was not self-focused. We need to work on placing a little less value on our own rights and our own privileges and our own perspectives. Jesus did not value his own rights as much as we do. We shouldn't be working so hard on exalting ourselves. Instead, we just work on humility and let God take care of the exaltation. We need to work on investing in others and trying to understand their interest. Instead of being so deadlocked on our own, we need to try to work on acting in their best interest. That's exactly what Jesus did. We need a others over self kind of mindset. And even though we'll never be able to go to the great lengths that Jesus did in order to serve us and for our interest, we can work on developing a mindset that just vaguely reflects that of Christ in ourselves.